Hello, I'm Curtis Johnson with Digital Doc. The purpose of the iris camera is to have it easily accessible in every operatory in order to increase patient interaction, education, and production through a minimally invasive process. Digital Doc has branded a training program to do just that. It's our 12 in 2 program, 12 images in 2 minutes. This poster, as my guide, I will show you how to capture these images while operating the iris camera and Fulcrum in your hands properly. Now, before we get started, let's do a brief overview on the settings of the iris. We have designated a variable focus camera with 2 extraoral settings and 3 intraoral settings. The F is for full face, S is for smile. It also gives you an upper and lower arch and a retracted buccal, which gives you 2 additional images on top of the 12 in 2 program. Next is the 2 for 2 teeth, the 1 for 1 tooth, and then the macro, which is for fracture lines and deep occlusion shots. Now let's get started with the 6 extraoral images first with the glow light attached. Now we're going to go ahead and put it on the F setting. Hold it like in a wrench grip fashion with your thumb on the capture button, with your opposing hand bracing the camera. It's going to look a little bit like this. Okay. Now, next, we're going to go ahead and place the camera on the S setting for smile and position your opposing hand 3 to 4 fingers off the labiomental groove of your patient. Smile for me. Okay, perfect. For the lower arch, simply keep the position on the labiomental groove, and we're going to tilt the camera out 45 degrees. Don't forget to have the patient open their mouth. Perfect. Now for the upper arch is a little different. We're going to keep your hand firmly placed on that labiomental groove, but simply adjust the camera in your hand like a pencil with your index over the capture button, and we're going to flip the camera upside down by placing the tip of the camera in the middle of the opposing hand. Now we're going to start off by breaking the midline, touching their nose, and then simply pull back. Perfect. Now we're going to do the buccal shots. It also helps, we're going to use basically a single retractor. You're going to go ahead and choke up on the retractor and position the camera against your thumb. Have the patient open up for me. Insert, have them close down. Now we're going to pull back and out just a little bit. Perfect. Now to keep you guys on time, instead of rushing off to the other side and switching hands, we're going to have the patient retract themselves on the other side. Now you're going to see a constant theme here because I've had my hands on that labiomental groove for the first 3 shots. We're going to go ahead and actually reduce those to 2 fingers, still positioned. Perfect. Next, we're going to remove the glow, place on a barrier, and select the 2 setting, which is the most widely used setting, and it's going to be used for the remaining 8 images of the 12 in 2 program. Here we're going to position a sleeve on the camera. Make sure to insert it lens down. Camera's already on too. Now with your opposing hand, we're going to place the middle finger off the labiomental groove and basically pinch down on the chin. Have the patient open up, lean towards. You want to get a visual spot check of where you're placing the camera with your opposing hand index on the camera placing down. It's going to help it from slipping off the occlusal surface. Get a live image. Lines itself up perfectly with the anatomy of the opposing arch. If you need to make any adjustments, you're having the patient open and close to find the desired focal range. Here's a great shot. However, if you find yourself in a position, maybe a pediatric patient or someone that can't hinge properly, then at that point, you're still having the opposing hand, open up for me please, positioned on the opposing, off the labiomental groove, but then we're sliding it slightly over to the buccal vestibule to give you additional depth of field, all right? And we're going to use that same method, moving across, taking images of the upper arch. Now, We're going to take images of the lower arch. We're going to flip the camera upside down, still the same pencil. Open up, still the same hand positioning, but instead of the index finger on top of the camera, we're going to actually position it on the bottom and pushing up. So it's basically the same method. You have the patient open and close once again to find the desired focal range. Open up for me. All right. Here we have a good image, but let's go ahead and play devil's advocate again in this scenario. Say a patient that's maybe a pediatric or can't hinge properly. Due to the curve of Spee and curve of Wilson, we're not going to position the camera on the buccal side of the upper arch. We're going to put it on the lingual side to give you additional depth of field. Go ahead and close down for me briefly. Perfect. Now, by using your camera on every patient, the more proficient you're going to become in the 12-and-2 program. It's an efficient system and a key tool that's going to increase your discovery and help with your treatment planning. If at any time you have questions or concerns, please feel free to call Digital Doc at 1-800-518-1102. Enjoy your iris. We appreciate your business and welcome to Digital Doc.